Hello, I'm Ken Koelsch, and I'll have your weekend in sports. The WSU baseball team took on the 8th-ranked St. Cloud State Huskies with doubleheaders Saturday and Sunday to open up their NSIC conference schedule. We'll get started on Saturday as Warrior ace Cody Simon took the ball in Game 1. The Huskies took an early 1-0 lead on the throwing error by third baseman Derek Wojcik as his throw sails wide of first base, which would allow the run to score. The Warriors then found themselves down 3-1 before this sacrifice fly as the ball's driven to left field, and Kyle Sill is able to come racing home as he beats the throw, getting the Warrior bench fired up. In that same inning with 2 runners on, Nate Van Roerkel laced the double to right center field, allowing both runners to score, giving the Warriors a 5-3 lead as Van Roerkel would reach second base. The Warriors would go on to win by that same score, 5-3. Now, St. Cloud would come back strong in Game 2 as St. Cloud State Jack Caribou comes up to the bat with a 2-run homer, sending the ball over the left field fence. Now the Warriors would try and mount a comeback as Seth McMullen deposits this pitch into the left field, over the left field fence, giving the Warriors their first 2 runs of the ball game. Now the Warriors were threatening again later on in that game, but the ball would be driven to left field, and a tremendous play by St. Cloud catcher Tyler Enger as he scoops the ball and tags the runner out at home plate. Now the Warriors would not go quietly as Kyle Sill laced the double into the right center field gap, allowing both runners to score, but it would not be enough as too much offense from the Huskies as they would go on to win the second game 11-8. Seth McMullen had a homer and 2 RBI. Now they were back at it Sunday as Kyle Sill got the Warriors started with this double, scoring both runners as both Warrior runners would eventually come around to score. The Huskies responded in the 6th inning with this double down the left field line as both Husky runners would come across the plate, pushing their lead to 5-2. The Huskies continue to pour on. They would go on to win Game 1 10-2. WSU tried to even the weekend series at 2 games apiece as John Wenker recorded one of his 6 strikeouts. The Huskies would come back, though, in the top of the 9th inning, scoring 1 on this single up the middle, and they would not be finished in that inning as this error by second baseman Nate Van Roerkel would allow both Husky runners to score, pushing their lead to 5. Now, the Huskies would win both games as Kyle Fisher threw a complete game with 8 strikeouts and Sean Riesgraf threw a complete game of his own with 6 strikeouts. Now, the Warriors couldn't solve the Huskies' pitching, but Coach Kyle Polk talked after the game about what his team needs to improve on.
Well, we thought, well, we're going to make sure that we're going to work on our defense, make sure we make the routine plays. Our starting pitchers pitched pretty well all weekend. Got to make sure our guys in the pen come on when they come in that they realize that, hey, we got to throw strikes. You can't walk guys, put those free guys on base. You know, those 6 runs that they scored in this game, I think 2 or 3 of those were walks. That, you know, if they hit, they score, you can do it. But if you walk them, you don't have a chance to get them out. So.
The Warriors will take on Augustana next weekend with doubleheaders Saturday and Sunday. Now, the Warriors softball team opened up their conference schedule this past weekend. The Warriors opened up NSIC play with a doubleheader against U of M Crookston. The Warriors cruised to an easy 9-0 Game 1 victory. Warrior ace Stacy Struzinski pitched a complete game. She only gave up 1 hit and struck out 11. The Warriors won Game 2 10-4. Sam Hildebrandt was 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs. The Warriors were back in action the next day with another doubleheader against Minnesota State Moorhead. The Warriors outscored the Dragons 23-4 in the 2 games. They won Game 1 11-1. Brittany Stewart was 3 for 3 with 4 RBI. The Warriors cruised to a 12-3 victory in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Jessica Kuhlman was 1 for 1 with a pair of walks and a 3-run homer for the Warriors. We caught up with Coach Jones Monday morning, and he stressed the commitment his entire team has shown so far this season.
Yeah, our seniors are really playing well right now. Our whole team's really invested. You know, they've really taken this season to heart, and they're not just getting through it; they're investing in it. We've got to continue to do that. But our seniors are leading the way. You know, Kimmy Wacholder and Kathy Crudo and Stacy and Sam and Molly are all really having big years for us, you know, but everybody's grinding right now, and I really appreciate that. But I think that the seniors have really set that tone, and everybody's working at that level with them.
The Warriors are in action at home this Wednesday against St. Cloud for a doubleheader, and they'll play a doubleheader on the road this Saturday against Upper Iowa. Now, 7 Warrior gymnasts competed in the NCGA National Championships this past weekend. Anna Gleason and Chelsea Lindemann were the only 2 Warriors to advance to the second round. Gleason earned All-American honors after finishing 7th on the uneven parallel bars with a score of 9.250. Lindemann finished 14th on the floor exercise with a score of 9.275. The other Warriors that competed in the NCGA Championships were Brooke Bowers, Sabrina Hoover, Jenna Jondal, and Katie Seehusen. Now, the SMU baseball team looked to improve on their 7-5 record as they took on UW Oshkosh Sunday night in the Metrodome. The game was scoreless for the first 13 innings as SMU pitchers Teddy Van Ranst and Justin Kronbusch each tossed 6 innings of scoreless ball. SMU finally broke through in the bottom of the 14th inning as Andy Edholm delivered the walk-off RBI single, giving the Cardinals a 1-0 victory. The Cardinals will play next on Tuesday. They'll take the field against Luther College for a doubleheader at 7 p.m. in the Metrodome. That's all we have for sports. Be sure to like us on Facebook for all the latest news and sports updates at www.facebook.com/WSU News 24.